This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 2 of Westmoreland's wanted men surrender and are charged. 2 of Westmoreland's wanted men who turned themselves in on Wednesday have been charged. The men have been identified as Nicholas Evil Ruben of Dexter Street and O'Dane Bangi Cooper from Wharf Road, Smithfield in the parish. Both men were featured on the police's Wanted Wednesday publication on social media. Deputy Superintendent of Police in charge of operations for the Westmoreland Police Division, Adrian Hamilton, told the news that both men surrendered with their attorneys. Ruben turned himself in today with his attorney and was charged for murder. He is now in police custody along with another wanted person, O'Dane Cooper, the lawman confirmed. Cooper was charged for wounding with intent. DSP Hamilton is appealing to the remaining 14 people on the wanted list to turn themselves in. They are wanted for serious crimes and we will be going at them non-stop. They should turn themselves in and the family and friends should not harbor them, Hamilton said. Police seized 16 rounds of ammo in Olympic Garden, St. Andrew. 16 rounds of ammunition were seized from Drummerley Avenue, Olympic Gardens, St. Andrew on Wednesday, June 1. No one was arrested in connection with the seizure. Reports from the Olympic Gardens police are that about 12:30 p.m., a team of officers was conducting an operation in the area when a search was carried out and the 16 12-gauge cartridges found in a bag inside the premises. Investigations continue, the police said. Chang makes a case for hard policing in some communities. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang is continuing to make the case for hard policing in certain communities, arguing that social programs will not change criminals who bring in approximately $1 billion into Jamaica annually through lottery scamming. Speaking in the sectorial debate in the House of Representatives on Wednesday afternoon, Dr. Chang said that the homicide rate in Area 1 is 53% above last year, despite the efforts of the police. He said the security forces were better able to contain the crime associated with lottery scamming when the state of emergency was in place.
You cannot deal with hardcore killers without strong policing, especially trained men. A man who is scamming $100,000 a month and have guns or hire gunmen beside him traveling. You can't talk about counseling him and giving $5,000 a week. It's absolutely ridiculous. So when you come and tell him, do more social investment. It's not in contradiction to that. Those who say that, well, I wonder where the head is. And I can't put young police officers to go counseling. I trained men who are able to deal with hardcore, brute force, marauders, killers. That's what we're dealing with. And when necessary, when they're in gangs, we have to get the army to support them. Nothing wrong with that. That's the right thing to do. That's what we have to do. We not convert the army to police. Army are trained to fight men with guns, and the men who criminals are out there with heavily armed weapons, better armed than the police sometimes. It is alleged that some $1 billion is coming to the country through the schools. 1 billion and rising. That's a huge amount of money, and it provides a risk to the stability of a state, because not only buy guns that kill people, undermine and corrupt institutions, and indeed, when it gets well known, it does impact on our economy, because $1 billion is a legitimate money, is a huge amount of money. We work therefore closely with MOCA, the police department responsible, CTOC, CFCD, MOCA, and FID have to work closely to get on top of what's an emerging major crisis in this area of criminality.
Motorcyclist dies after crashing into wall on Washington Boulevard. A 46-year-old motorcyclist died after crashing into a wall along Washington Boulevard in Kingston on Tuesday. The deceased has been identified as Ricardo Huggins of a Cowell Avenue address in Kingston 20. Reports are that about 5:19 p.m. on Tuesday, Huggins was riding his motorcycle along Washington Boulevard when he lost control and collided with a wall. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police investigating suspected arson in Olympic Gardens. The St. Andrew South police are investigating a suspected case of arson after fire destroyed a house on Balmaggie Avenue in Olympic Gardens on Wednesday morning. No one was injured. Firefighters from the Trenchtown Fire Station responded to a call shortly after 4:30 p.m. Senior Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, head of the St. Andrew South Police Division, told the news that the fire occurred following a flare-up of violence in Olympic Gardens.
Well, the initial investigation points to arson, and coupled with that, we have been having some issues in the community, some gang-type activities. We have had an incident of murder and an incident of shooting in the last 7 days or so, and we are progressing a series of investigations around these incidents. We are having a presence in the community in an effort to reassure the residents that we will contain any escalation in violence. We're asking them to support us and to provide any information they can about the activities of these suspects within the space who are warring with each other.
Gas prices to hit a record high Thursday. Motorists will start forking out more for gas on Thursday following another big increase announced by the state-owned oil refinery Petrojam. A liter of 87 and 90 gasoline will sell for $4.50 more to reach the highest ex-refinery price since 2004. Diesel and ultra-low sulfur diesel will also hit record highs, increasing by $3.06. Kerosene will sell for $4.50 more. It will cost 50 cents more for propane, while $3.06 will be added to the price of butane. Gas prices have gone up by more than $40 per liter since the start of the year. Prosecution to continue responding to no-case submissions. The prosecution in the Klansmen Wandon gang trial will today continue its bid to convince Chief Justice Brian Sykes to reject the no-case submissions for 24 of the remaining 28 alleged gangsters, including reputed gang leader Andre Blackman Bryan, and find that they all have a case to answer. Yesterday's session of the trial, which is taking place in the Home Circuit Court, was not held because of the unavailability of the presiding judge, who had an engagement. Initially, 33 defendants were charged on a 25-count indictment under the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act and the Firearms Act. Before the start of the no-case submissions last Monday, Damien Elliston, Roshane Williams, Rivaldo Hilton, and Owen Armsby were found not guilty by Chief Justice Brian Sykes after the Crown indicated that it did not have sufficient evidence to prove its case against the men. A fifth defendant, Dwayne Salmon, was freed on Tuesday after the judge upheld a no-case submission by his lawyer, Kemar Robinson, while rejecting an application from the prosecution to amend the indictment so that he could be charged with an additional count of knowingly providing a benefit to a criminal organization. Sykes, in rejecting the application, said that the amendment would cause severe injustice to Salmon. The 31-year-old construction worker, who was alleged to be the gang's gunsmith and supplier, was initially charged with being a member of a criminal organization and illegal possession of firearm, but the gun charge was conceded by the prosecution. The other four were also each indicted for being a member of a criminal organization and for facilitating the commission of murder. Cops issued $20,000 electronic traffic tickets in 6 months. More than 20,000 electronic traffic tickets have been issued by the police across the island since they were first equipped with e-ticketing devices 6 months ago. The e-ticketing application, the pilot of which was launched last November, is expected to replace the existing manual traffic ticketing system used by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Acting Commissioner of Police Gary McKenzie, head of the JCF's Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, gave the update during the commissioning of 9 exhaust emission analyzers by the Ministry of Transport at the Harborview Examination Depot in St. Andrew on Wednesday. We, as a police force, have been embracing the new devices in recent times, and the electronic ticketing device is one such device. In fact, we got 100 of them in December 2021, and to date we have utilized them well, McKenzie said, who noted that on average the JCF issues 450,000 traffic tickets annually, which does not include arrest and the issuing of summons for breaches. He, however, noted that the absence of the yet-to-be-passed regulations to give effect to the Road Traffic Act 2018 was still affecting operations. We have a glitch right now in terms of arresting some of the persons who who have not yet paid for tickets. That is something that we hope will very soon be corrected by the virtue of the commissioning of the new regulations, the Road Traffic Act, which we are looking for, he said. Transport Minister Audley Shaw said the regulations which have been tabled in Parliament will come into effect very soon. He noted that the government will be making amendments before proceeding. What we are going to do is withdraw that one and retable, and in fact, not only will we retable that one next week Tuesday, but Cabinet on Monday also approved the Transport Authority Act amendment. So I'm tabling the final regulations as well as the Transport Authority Act next week Tuesday, Shaw said. We are equipping our regulatory bodies with the tools needed to carry out their functions effectively and honorably, he added. The government continues to fight for road safety and we need all hands on deck. Too many lives have been lost on our roadways and the numbers keep growing every day. Up to yesterday morning, the island had seen 197 road fatalities since the start of the year. I make a special appeal to persons to pursue the correct avenue to attain a learner's license, Shaw appealed. We're going to clean up the business of obtaining a driver's license. We're going to clean that one up. It's been in the public purview that to get a driver's license, you pay $25,000 and you get your driver's license without being tested. That is unacceptable. He blamed the illegal practice for the high number of road accidents. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.